must be Mr. Cook. I'm Gus Hennessy, editor-in-chief, master printer, and sweeper-upper of the Clarion, town newspaper here.
I do.
I heard you were coming, Mr. Cook. Got a telegraph from Butte. A friend of mine runs the Sentinel News there. Told me all about the article you're working on.
This, sheriff you have in town, Agate Slade. Still around, I hope?
Still around, Agate? Oh, why, he's indestructible, Mr. Cook. Pretty well known, too. Best confession getter in the territory, they call him.
So I've heard. Where's his office?
Right over there.
What kind of story is that? Both of them told me the same story.
Well, there was lying. All kids tell lies.
Not about murder, they don't. Not when their own ma and pa was butchered.
Well, it must have been somebody who looked like me. How could they be sure? They was excited.
Excited? They were torn apart. But they saw you. Now, come on, talk. Come on, spit it out. I want it from you. Talk!
Why don't you use a bullwhip? Or burn his feet with a branding iron?
Who are you?
Well, this is Mr. Watson Cook from New York. I get a famous reporter.
What do you want here?
He's doing an article on the evils of frontier justice.
Come back later.
You have a lawyer?
He's got a lawyer. Look, mister, this is a jail. I'm responsible here. You want to talk to the prisoner, you see me. Right now, I'm busy. And I said, come back later.
Go gentle, Agate. You got yourself a cougar by the tail.
From out of the West, Dick Powell's Zane Grey Theater. Tonight's star, Dick Powell.
It says here that Theodore Roosevelt was just elected president. Theodore Roosevelt? I gotta talk to that delivery boy of mine. It's the second time this week my paper's been late. One of the first businesses or social institutions to come to the Old West was the town newspaper. It was usually there before the post office, the jail, or the schools. And in new communities, it was often printed outside. It was read and passed around until the paper turned yellow. I guess you could say that was the start of yellow journalism. And believe it or not, it was red. The newspaper was welcomed to the Old West with open arms. For example, the Kansas News in Emporia, Kansas, had 1,200 subscribers before it ever went to press. And in Atchison, Kansas, the paper Squatter's Savings was started with $400 contributed by the townspeople. In Rurales, Arizona, the Weekly Herald had 4,000 subscribers in a matter of 2 short months. Now, that may not sound like a lot of subscribers to you, but only 8 of them could read. Many times, the newspaper was printed in one town, dated for the future, and sold in another. For example, the first paper to come out in Nebraska, the Nebraska Palladium, was dated August 7th, 1854. It was really printed in St. Mary's, Iowa, July 15th, 1854. I imagine the weather report was kind of confusing. Our story this week is entitled Confession, and it concerns a newspaper man who tried to get his story the hard way.
This double hanging 3 years ago. You wrote it up like a church social.
You can't go by big city standards here. It's just a small town out in the wilderness.
Here's a man, arrested on Tuesday, hung on Friday. You call that due process of law?
Oh, well, now that fellow was a known killer.
Don't you think he has a right to a fair trial?
He's not the first man that got a fair trial in 3 days. Oh, morning, Mr. Cartwright. Agate.
Gus, you still room in Mrs. Barker's house?
That's right.
Did you see Abel Pike this morning?
Well, now, no, as a matter of actual fact. Isn't he on duty at the bank?
He didn't show up this morning, and the vault has been cleaned out.
What? Well, in that case, yes, I did see him. Yes, sir, heading up the back trail just before breakfast. I didn't want to get him in trouble. I thought he was just going off to commune with a jug again.
He went off to commune with $30,000.
Was it a payroll or gold shipment or what?
Oh, this is Mr. Watson Cook of the New York Bulletin, Mr. Cartwright.
Newspaper man, glad to have you with us. I trust you'll both cooperate, keep this robbery quiet for now. People get excited. It'll take a couple of days to bring up cash reserves.
Who's this Abel Pike you're talking about?
The bank guard.
I knew he was worthless. I knew something like this would happen.
Why'd you hire him?
An exaggerated sense of civic responsibility.
Abel was a war hero. Saved the life of no less than General Grant.
General Grant?
Yes. There was a surprise thrust during a skirmish. Abel deliberately put himself between the general and a rip, took a rifle ball in the hip. Maybe you heard of him.
I don't recall it.
Cold Harbor, May 1864. They called Abel the man who saved the Union.
We were grateful. We gave him every chance. When he came here after the war, we made him sheriff. He let us down miserably. Then we tried him as town clerk. He messed up the records. Even then, I gave him another chance, personally, at my own risk. As the bank guard, I should have known better. Good day, Mr. Cook.
What do you think?
Oh, poor Abel. He's just slab-headed enough to do such a fool thing. Where you going?
You know which way I'm going, Shaker. If anything happens, just send a messenger for me.
Just a minute, Slade. What are your plans?
I'm going to take a little ride. And what's that prisoner in there? He'll steal your eyeballs while you're looking straight at him.
I asked a legitimate question, and I want an answer.
Don't you ever set hand on me. Ever.
You better watch that temper, Agate. It's gonna get you in trouble.
I'd still like to know what you're going to do, Sheriff.
I'll tell you when I get back.
Give me a horse, will you?
Now, if you're figuring on going with me, you're wasting your time.
You don't have the authority to say that, Sheriff. This man's a representative of the press. You can't conceal the facts from him. That's right. Maybe we can't ask questions, but he can.
Abel Pike's got a good shooting eye, but bad judgment. He's liable to shoot you before you got a chance to show him your credentials.
I'll take my chances. I'd like to find out how the best confession getter in the territory operates.
You're figuring on roasting me on a spit, huh?
I figure on reporting what I see, the manhandling of prisoners and so forth.
That prisoner in there? I should have bashed his head in. He murdered a man and his wife and left 2 kids all alone up in the hills. No food, nothing. Wolf bait.
Did anybody see him?
Only the 2 kids. Now, if I don't get him convicted, he's free to do it all over again. I'm ordering you to stay here.
What's the matter, Sheriff? Afraid of witnesses?
I hear that's often your problem, Sheriff. No witnesses. Or is it your preference?
Well, Agate, does he go along?
You want him to go along? All right, let him go along. Anything happens to you, don't blame me. Get him a horse. You stay here. Raise your hands up, Abel.
Raise up my hands? Well, why, Agate? What for?
You heard me. Lift those knobby elbows.
Well, if you say so, Agate.
Now, don't try anything funny.
What's this all about, Agate?
Now, you know as well as I do. Where's the money?
What money? What's got into you, anyway?
Look, Hoss, we all know you robbed the bank.
Oh, thunderation, man. I'm the guard.
Abel, it's hot and spatter grease out here. Let's quit beating around the bush.
Great good Godfrey, man. I ain't trying to beat around the bush. I come up here to fish. Figured I might pick up a few brookies, that's all.
Then how come you lit out and you saw me coming?
Why, that's my old war training. You act first, then you ask questions. The way they drill you for 3 years, you don't forget nothing.
You're going back into town.
Sure. Anything you say.
In the meantime, go over there and sit down and behave yourself while I take a look around.
Got nothing to hide.
What's the matter? Hoping I'd gun him down?
I don't make the news. I just report what happens.
Oh, watch him. He's spry and you think he is, and brainy.
Afternoon. Never met you, don't believe.
Name's Watson Cook. I'm a newspaper man.
Oh, newspaper man. Well, fancy that. Well, what brings you around here?
You do, Mr. Pike. You're a famous man.
Oh, you've heard of me.
I certainly have. Cold Harbor, May 1864. The man who saved the Union.
Well, now, that touches me. Yes, sir. After the way folks around here treat me. A toothless old mongrel dog.
You don't say.
Do say. They forgot that ball I took in the hip. Say, General Grant, forgot like it never even happened. Gratitude.
Come Come on, Hoss, where is it?
I told you I ain't got it. And then...
Now, you knew you couldn't get far with that bum leg. You must have hidden it. Where is it?
Oh, now, Agate, I'd tell you if I knew.
All right, hardhead, just sit there. I'll find it myself. You're so interested in the proper treatment of prisoners, I'll not worry about you beating him. Just watch him.
Where were you born, Mr. Pike?
Born? Kentucky.
Who's your next of kin?
Next again.
Who do you want notified in case of death?
What are you talking about?
Well, it's my job to get this information ahead of time, if possible. Oh, I wouldn't try anything if I were you. The gun is loaded. How about that next of kin?
Nothing about it. Bank robbery ain't a hanging offense.
Well, the people in town are pretty worked up. They expect the sheriff to give them a bank robber.
What of it?
You know Agate Slade. How many times has he brought in a dead suspect?
What are you doing at?
A dead suspect can't prove his innocence.
Are you saying that Agate's fixing to do me in?
Mr. Pike, I've checked the local newspaper files. Last spring, Jesse Wilkins shot dead by your sheriff trying to escape. No witnesses. 2 weeks later, he was proved innocent.
Say, you're right. Jess Wilkins.
When did you say you were born, Mr. Pike?
Oh, July 15th, 1839.
And your next of kin?
Well, now, I used to have a sister in Kentucky. But I ain't seen her for quite a spell now.
Hey, well, you know you can't back me down. Throw your gun out. Throw it out! Oh, you darn fool. You should have known better. Don't move, don't move. This'll fix it. Where are you going? Cook! Cook! Good. Water bag. Get the water bag. Oh, Abel. Abel.
Is that Abel?
That's him.
It's true. You shot him?
I had to, Gus.
There you are, gentlemen. The most distinguished citizen in this community, another victim of one-man law.
One-man law.
There's no use denying it, Slade. I've already told them what happened. Oh, he's surprised, gentlemen. Perhaps he thought he'd killed me, too.
Now, hold on here. Will somebody please tell me what's happened?
Mr. Cook says you shot at him, too.
I shot in the air. Wanted to stop. I needed help with Abel.
Agate, as mayor of this town, I'll have to ask for your badge. I'm suspending you pending a full investigation.
Of what?
Of Abel Pike's death.
What in the blazes did he tell you?
Exactly what happened.
He says you goaded Abel into a fight.
You said that? You said I goaded him?
You set the whole thing up very cleverly, then went off and left me with him.
You don't care how you twist the truth, do you? I was looking around for the money. He let Abel take his gun away from him.
Let him. The man knocked me down and then overpowered me.
I warned you he was tricky, told you what he was like.
You certainly did. You told me exactly what you thought of him. A man who'd risked life and limb for his country.
But that was 15 years ago. The Abel we knew was
A toothless old mongrel dog, right? That's what Abel Pike said to me, sitting there on that rock underneath the sheriff's gun. The man who saved the Union, gentlemen. A toothless old mongrel dog.
Agate, your badge.
Are you going to believe him when I tell you he's lying?
He says you threatened Abel, scared him into thinking that you were going to beat a confession out of him. And that's what made Abel go for his gun.
Yes, and all the time you had no evidence against him.
There's your money, Mr. Cartwright. Abel had it.
I'm glad to get it, certainly. But the price... it seems mighty high, Agate.
Mr. Mayor, how long are you going to let this man go on killing people, no matter what the reason? It's no concern of yours. It's the concern of every taxpayer in this town, and I'll keep after you until I get proper satisfaction.
Till your clients can open up their places again. Isn't that really what you want?
You had no right to close them down. Gambling's a business, legitimate and proper.
Honest gambling is, sure. But that has no bearing here.
What about my brother-in-law? What about Jess Wilkins?
Jess was a fool, like Abel. He resisted arrest. What was I supposed to do? Stand there, let him kill me?
He wouldn't have shot you.
He had a gun in my back.
Well, that's your story.
It's fact.
Well, let's see you prove it. Yes, prove
Can
it
you?
you can.
And it's also a fact that this yarn spinner let Abel take his gun away from him just to get a story. To build his own personal reputation.
What about your reputation, Mr. Confession Getter? I don't suppose you could be trying to build that up. Now, hey, don't be hasty.
What's the matter, Sheriff? You look downright unhappy today.
You keep your mouth shut. Well?
Agate, I want you to understand my position.
I do, more than you think.
Well, this newspaper man, Mr. Cook, he's a distinguished personage. Now, what reason would he have to lie?
I told you. To give himself a story and me the back of his hand and pay him for the back of mine.
This has to be pondered into. Abel's death, whether you do exceed authority vested in you by law, and so on. Town council has to say so.
That newspaper man has to say so. And Gaylor and Ben Siegel and the rest of them.
It's my duty to call the town council, and that's what I'm going to do.
Well, why don't you do that?
Agate, you've been suspended, not fired. At least give the council a chance.
Look, Gus, for 10 years and 6 months, I've had my belly between these people and outlaws. Not theirs, mine, my belly. I'll let them handle it without me.
This is not like you, not at all. Tailing off like this.
All right, then, you tell me. How am I going to prove I'm right with everybody in town against me?
If you don't try, it amounts to admitting you're wrong.
He really did it to you, didn't he, Sheriff? Less than a day. Easy as that. A dude newspaper man from New York. Why don't you give up? You're through.
Mr. Cook, I hope you won't treat our town too unkindly in your story. We've never had a situation like this with Slade before, and...
You can put this in your story.
Agate! Agate! Agate, stop it! What got into you? Stop it!
How do you like it, Sheriff? How does it taste?
You're quite a fighter, Mr. Cook.
I can take care of myself.
Some right hand. Got a kick like a mule.
And accurate.
Why didn't you use it on Abel Pike?
Pike?
When he took your gun away.
I didn't have a chance. He moved too fast. Nearly broke my arm.
Abel did? Moved too fast? Did you all hear that? Abel moved too fast with that bad hip.
That's right. Abel had that bad hip.
Yeah. He could hardly whip anybody.
Yeah. You hear that, Mr. Cook? Abel couldn't possibly have overpowered you. He had enough trouble walking, just getting around.
What do you mean? He could ride a horse?
Not very far, and not very fast. How do you think we caught up with him so soon?
Well, he was scared when he went for my gun. He was terrified that you were going to kill him. I kind of fear it. He gives a man strength. Anybody knows that? And besides, he surprised me.
He played right into your trap. You set him up, let him take your gun because you wanted him to get killed. Fact?
No.
Fact.
Mr. Cook, you made a big mistake pulling a thing like this. Agate! Wait. Your suspension is canceled, effective here and now. No call for hard feelings. The situation came up, we had to ponder it. Go on, take your badge back.
You know, Mayor, getting that back could mean a good deal. Faith in my purposes, my well-meanings, even if my official acts don't tickle everybody's fancy. Are you sure you want me to take it?
Would I be standing here begging you if I didn't?
What about them?
Oh, they're all for you, Agate. Go on, take it.
Now, the next time there's a situation, let's not get so excited.
I'm glad, Agate. Real glad.
We're going out there to arrest Mr. Cook. Charges inciting a prisoner to escape.
Yes, sir.
Well, it seems you still hold the title. Best confession getter in the territory.
What do you mean?
Oh, come on, Agate. That fella may be big, but you're all bone and strap iron. You let him lick you, isn't that right, so you could make him out a liar?
He was a liar.
Yeah, but you had to prove it. Why else would you pick a fight with him?
I lost my temper. I beat his brains out.
Oh, come on, Agate. I've got a paper to get out. I've got to know.
Yes. You're of legal age. You've been making decisions since you were 10 years old. Now, you figure it out yourself.